Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match. We're live on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Busted Open After Dark. We're also live right now on YouTube as well. And Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, the world champion in not one, not two, but three different sports, at ringside for John Cena's final match. And Mark, I was at WrestleMania 30 when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker, ended Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. I saw jaws drop and people in disbelief.
Felt the same way, didn't it?
It felt worse. To me, it felt worse. Literally watching women, children, and grown men crying in this arena because John Cena tapped out to Gunther. The range of emotions. Now, listen, when Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar, there was the shock of it. There was just the disbelief. This was not only shock, but
disappointment.
Heartbreak. Heartbreak.
It was disappointment. And you know, you've been disappointed before. I mean,
yeah, I've been married 3 times.
Jeez. That's so bad. Dave, I wanted the big wheel when I was probably 7, 8 years old. And my mom told me, she said, you didn't get a big wheel this year. And I already had a bike.
Yeah.
I got all these other presents. But when I walked outside and I saw the other kids in the street, and they all had the thing on television that everybody saw the most, I just sat on my porch and watched those kids play with their big wheels. Remember the big wheel?
Oh, yeah, I had the big wheel.
And one guy had a green machine, so, he was different. But I still liked it anyway, and I beat him up and rode it for a little while.
That's it. That's why you can.
But I was disappointed.
Yeah, I get it.
I felt tonight the same way I did when I was 7 and I didn't get the big wheel.
And Mark, you're a Hall of Famer. You've been a part of this industry for a long time, but you know more than anybody else what John Cena has given to professional wrestling.
Yes, I do.
And
he sacrificed.
And, here he sacrificed in his final match, in his final moments in the ring, and gave and passed something that nobody else could give to Gunther. Only John Cena could give to Gunther what Gunther got tonight. There's no other professional wrestler that can say that other than Gunther. And the chants you heard in this arena, the boos you heard in this arena, that's going to carry over to Gunther from next week on Monday Night Raw to the following, to next year, to the year after. Fans will never forget or forgive Gunther for making John Cena.
All I know is this, Dave. They better get the dump button ready for every show because they said F you Gunther throughout the whole match.
Yep.
And, I walked through the back, Dave, on my way up here to do this broadcast. And there was a line of about 30 or 40 people to get to John to hug him and console him. And, we gave the salute, and I kept going and came up here. But, people were emotional. It's been a while since the last time I seen people crying emotional like that was somebody passed away. John he's still alive and well. He's going to go to Hollywood. He's going to make some incredible films. You're going to keep hearing him every day on all the commercials and ad spaces that he does. He's not going away. He's just going away from the ring. And I think that he's got a lot to teach. I think that the John Cena seminar tour for wrestlers is going to be a thing. He could do that once a year, like the NFL Combine.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have 30 rings in a building. And a school teacher type, a school setting auditorium, stadium seating type thing where he's PowerPoint teaching pro wrestling. And I guarantee you it'll be full. And you know who's going to be full with? All wrestlers, not fans. I guarantee you, he could do 5,000. There'll be 5,000 wrestlers that'll pay to listen.
I mean, what he would be able to pass on, well, he'll continue to pass on because we know he's still going to be a part of the WWE as an ambassador, and you know, he's always going to be a part of this business. You know how much he loves this business. But he knew physically this is something that it was getting harder to recover. It was getting harder to get into. At some
to find
point,
time
yeah,
to, between gigs.
But you say time, and you hear this from every athlete. Father Time is undefeated. At some point, you're going to have to step away. For him, he felt like tonight was the right time to have his last match and to move on. And giving that to Gunther, having Gunther tap him out, is going to benefit not only Gunther but this company moving forward. Now, the thousands of fans that have just left this building and are on their way home, they're pissed off. They're angry. And I get it. You should be. Because, Mark, that's what this business, that's what pro wrestling is all about. The emotional connection that you have, the emotional connection that you have with John Cena, the emotional connection you have with professional, that's why we're fans. That's why we love this so much.
You don't think it's more disappointment than anger or frustration?
It could be all that. It could be all that, Mark. It could be all that.
I'm more disappointed. I wanted the balloons. I wanted the confetti. I wanted the John to win and everything that came with that. Now, Gunther could have came out after John beat him and try to do John dirty, and that's when you see the locker room clear. And all those 40, 50 wrestlers come down to the ring, and they crowd surf his ass back to the back.
Mark, you're going to hate me for this, but you know.
You would have hated that.
Yeah, but Mark, you know deep in your heart, and everybody
John wouldn't have done
that this was the right move. On your way out, isn't that what you always hear in professional wrestling? On your way out, you give.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I know I'm going against what I said because
you're hurt. You're heartbroken.
Yeah,
you're heartbroken.
Yeah,
I mean, think about your Hall of Fame career, Mark. You know, if I was to ask 1,000 fans what moment they remember the most of your Hall of Fame career, 99% is going to say you in the ring with John Cena and your retirement.
Jacket.
Yeah, in the salmon jacket. Like it would not have left as much of an impression if there was anybody else in that ring next to you. If it had to be John Cena.
It did. You're 100% right. And I'm still disappointed. I'm still frustrated. I'm still a little bit angry. But I have to go back to what I said before. In this situation, you build for the future.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They did the right thing, but it just don't make it feel no better.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Gunther. I see Gunther in his entrance. This is one of the best entrances that there is Gunther's entrance. And he definitely looked like a man on a mission. When you saw Gunther come out and go into, what do you think was in Gunther's head? I mean, this is, without a doubt, obviously the biggest match of his career, the biggest moment of his career, as all eyes are on Gunther. Like, what must have been going through Gunther's head when he was making the entrance for this match tonight at Saturday night's main event?
I think the opportunity to go out and have all the eyes on him for a change. Like, the only stage that you would get, I mean, Monday Night Raw main event is not going to supersede this. SmackDown main event is not going to supersede this. It would take a jewel event. It would take a top pay-per-view to have a situation like this one. But I think that Gunther also knew that the crowd was going to be pro John Cena. And he went there with the intent on turning their ass and showing them, if you're not gonna love me, you're gonna respect me. And I'm gonna torture him and I'm gonna beat him. He said it. He said it in the last week, what he was gonna do. And he did exactly what he said. And most heels, most bad guys don't follow up on their word. They lie. So is there a little good in Gunther? Is there a world where we grow to respecting Gunther?
It may happen. It ain't happening anytime soon.
Not
after
tonight.
No way. There's no way. And listen, I think when you look at Gunther, this is going to help him more than any other main event match at a WrestleMania could possibly do. To put the end of a Hall of Fame career like John Cena's, he made John Cena. He made the man who never gives up, give up. Like, that's going to be his mantra for the rest of his career. The man that never gives up, gave up.
Mm.
I mean, have you ever seen John Cena tap out?
No.
He did tonight.
Wow. Why you keep bringing up old stuff, Dave?
I'm just saying.
Damn.
What we saw tonight, it's historic.
But if they came out with the intent on making history, then they did it.
Yeah.
They achieved their goal because they damn sure made history tonight. Because I just sat here and watched. How many people was it? 16 or 19?
I think there was over 19,000 fans.
19,000 people walk out here with their head down. Disappointed. Think about the millions of people at home. Turn their TV off like, damn it!
Yeah, but the thing
like Cowboy fans, grabbing lamps and throwing them through their TV. That happened tonight, I guarantee you. I guarantee you somebody, please, if y'all out there, and somebody in your family crashed out and destroyed some shit in the house, please call us in the next 30 minutes. Please do that.
But, Mark, here's the thing. All the disappointment, the anger, the frustration that gave you tonight, you could take it out on Gunther the next time he's in the ring on Monday Night Raw. Like, that's the thing. Like,
but who? Who's going to do that?
Wait till the next time Gunther steps into a ring. You're going to see a sold-out capacity crowd. Boo him out of the – you're going to hear boos like you've never heard boos before. There's not going to be like the smart fans where there's a couple thousand fans chanting Gunther's name or cheering on Gunther. In this moment right now, all wrestling fans hate Gunther for what he did to John Cena tonight. And listen, here's the other thing, Mark. It's not like Gunther cheated to win. It's not like he pinned him and had the foot on the bottom rope.
That's true.
He made him tap out. John Cena tapped out.
Wow.
Tapped out.
You preaching over here. You know, when the pastor's right, y'all, you can say is amen. Hallelujah.
So you could hate Gunther, but back to your point, Mark, just like you were echoing his word, you have to respect Gunther. You could hate him, but you're going to have to respect him.
You have to respect him because he did exactly what he said he was going to do, Dave. Much to our chagrin, dislike, frustration, he did what he said he was going to do. And that does not make him a liar.
No.
He's an asshole, but he's not a liar.
Well, the fans made sure that he heard that too tonight during that match. But Mark, you mentioned it earlier about what a great match. Let's talk about the match because the match was great.
It was.
Like, it really was.
And I think the number one thing in that match is they wrestled. That it wasn't just, browbeating and high spots and, You know, we got the John paid homage to his stuff that he did in his career that he didn't do all the time.
Yep.
I mean, the leg drop off the top. He stopped doing that, like, 2 or 3 years ago.
But he did. He played the hits.
He played the hits.
But don't forget what Gunther said. Gunther has made it clear. John Cena, greatest sports entertainer of all time. But I'm a professional wrestler. So you had the quote-unquote sports entertainer against the pro wrestler. But John Cena showed you what a great professional wrestler he is as well.
On his way out, he could not have done a better job with wrestling.
Yeah.
The holds, the reversals, the kicking out, and the perseverance and endurance, the intestinal fortitude of almost being choked out several times and still being able to get to his knees and come up off the mat. And Dave, to not sit here and be motivating Manning, that's what we need to do. John gave us an example. Even in a loss, even in a frustrating, disappointing moment, we can still take away from that match?
What's that?
He kept fighting.
He did. He did keep fighting.
He kept fighting, Dave.
And that's the definition of John Cena throughout his entire career, is that he was going to keep fighting. But, again, for Gunther, he gave up. And listen,
man, that dude got my eyes welling up, man.
But that's the connection that I'm talking about. And, like I know, obviously, we're going to be talking about John Cena, not just tonight, but
going forward for the rest of our wrestling existence.
He's on the Mount Rushmore. He's that guy. He's a 17-time world champion. But tonight's night could have been just about John Cena, but John Cena wanted to make it much more than just about him. And I kind of want to get into a little bit some of the other matches that we saw tonight, Mark.
Okay, I'm with it.
And I want to start and get your take on what we saw with Cody Rhodes and Obafemi. First of all, a great way to start Saturday night's main event.
Yes, it was.
Hearing it never gets old to me. Cody's entrance, the whoa, how much the fans adore him and love him. I think the fans fell in love with Obafemi tonight.
I want to point something out to you.
Go ahead.
Cody came out first. Everybody was excited. And then Oba came out. And as he was approaching the ring, the crowd was like, oh, my God. What an awesome specimen. And then when he got to the ring and people saw the vast difference inside, it got silent almost, like, oh, what is going on? Like, who is this? There was a lot of people that didn't know Obafemi. They know his ass now because he gave Cody all he could handle. And if it was not for Drew McIntyre, we may have seen the upset. And
he made people take notice.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something else. Drew McIntyre, we talked about it earlier in the show when, a lot of people, we got our new YouTube people, audience that's watching us. Guys, if you did not see this match, you have got to the whole entire show. You got to watch the replay. This was the best show that I saw this year so far. I would almost say that this show was a dead-on heat with the night after WrestleMania. Am I overstretching it?
I don't think you're overstretching it at all.
I think it's a tie
because it's
the two best match that the best show of the year usually is the night after WrestleMania.
Yes.
This show tied it to me.
When you look at what this night meant for the WWE, what it meant for the fans, the emotional investment and involvement, the fact that you put over your NXT talent like they did, again, focusing on the future, it's hard for me to not say this is the event of the year. Now, you could talk about matches and stories and everything else, but I'm talking about the impact that tonight meant for professional wrestling, for the future of professional wrestling, but even for the now and the past. It's hard. There was so much weight to this night. There was so much weight. Obviously, the most important thing is saying thank you to John Cena and John Cena's last match. But there was so much weight and emotion going into this show tonight. I felt it. Like I said, before the show, I was out.
Were you nervous? Did you get like the heebie-jeebies a little bit?
I was doing the show with Bully Ray, and Bully and I did the show together on Friday on Busted Open on SiriusXM.
Okay.
And I was getting fidgety. Like I was like pacing kind of while I'm doing the show. I was kind of rocking back and forth, Mark, because I'm a fan. I mean, I've been doing this show for almost 17 years, but I'm a fan beyond everything else. I was excited about taking the drive here, hanging out with you, hanging out with the fans, getting to meet a fan. I was outside the arena before the show. I was interviewing fans.
I saw you.
I wanted to hear the stories. People getting emotional, people tearing up, people crying because how much John Cena has meant to their lives. Not just as a wrestling fan, but, people who recovered from injury, from drug addiction, alcoholism. And, hey, if John Cena's never going to give up, I'm never going to give up. That inspires people.
Yeah.
That goes well beyond the squared circle or him tapping out. It goes beyond that. And then you could be angry, you could be pissed. You should be. You should be angry and pissed. But John Cena in his final match was still giving. Was still thinking about the future. John Cena, I'm sure, could have easily said, in my last match, I want to win. I want confetti. I want balloons like you wanted.
Yep.
Let's make this about me. No. Let's bring in NXT talent. Let's put over the next generation of WWE superstar. And let's make this guy, Gunther, the most hated heel in professional wrestling. He accomplished that. Plus, in this last run, he passed the torch to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. He had a match of the year with AJ Styles. He put over Dom Mysterio. Dom Mysterio's on the next level. And now Gunther is on the next level. There's nobody else that could do that the way that John Cena has done that over the course of the last 4 months.
Boy,
nobody.
You just laid it out.
Nobody. And you're talking to a man who's been watching pro wrestling for 43 years. There is nobody that I have ever seen could do what John Cena did. And he did it.
And would you say that it was a success? With the disappointment and the failure and not getting what you want? And I know it's yet to be seen because it just happened tonight.
Yeah.
Gunther has not defended.
You got to let it sink in.
You got to let it sink in. But, like, there were some things this year that, Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn with the open challenge, I think, is one of the high points of the year. The whole entire WWE and AEW women's wrestling divisions in pro wrestling has been stellar this year. Before he got injured, Chad Gable was putting up bonus match after bonus match after bonus match. I was so excited. Kevin Owens was killing it, and then he got hurt. Bianca Belair, shining injury.
It happens.
John Cena did not get hurt.
No, and
even in up in years for a performer, he was durable. The dude has stood the test of time. We saw AJ Styles. AJ Styles is another one. Great matches.
Yep.
Gets hurt, comes back, and he's still, I think, working off some of the rust.
But, Mark, here's the thing.
John,
If John Cena would have won tonight, great moment, celebration, but what are you doing on Monday? What are you doing next week? Gunther winning tonight, it helps you on Monday and next week and the week after in the week after that. Sure, it would have been a great moment for tonight, great celebration. But what do you do on Monday?
Wow.
We know what's going to happen on Monday with Gunther winning. All right.
When we come back, Dave, I want to tell you about what I saw in the back, in the green room, in the VIP, all the celebrities, and having the conversations and people coming up. We got a lot to talk about.
Listen, we're going to say goodbye to our YouTube audience. Obviously, we're going to continue on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 with Busted Open After Dark. For those who are watching on YouTube, we're going to say goodbye. Another reason why you need to subscribe to SiriusXM is because you get Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week of pro wrestling talk. YouTube audience, thanks for tuning in. Busted Open Nation, we'll talk to you on the other side right here.